Okay, in this quick video, I wanted to give you a concrete example of why it's so important to split test two ads whenever you're running an advertising campaign, paid advertising, whether it's a pay-per-click advertising platform like Google AdWords or Bing Ads, anything like that. You've probably heard from a lot of the gurus that whenever you're setting up an advertising campaign, you need to split test two ads at least. You don't want to just put one ad there because you don't know if you could beat that, and you're always playing beat the control, which means if you're split testing two ads, you're trying to figure out which one is better, then you delete the one that's not as good and you add a new ad, and then you keep split testing like that. But here's a concrete example of why it's so important to do that. So this is a spreadsheet that I just pulled up from one of my PPC advertising campaigns for a short period of time, and I was just looking at the performance of the two different ads against each other from the various ad groups, and I've got quite a few ad groups in this campaign. But what struck me was how much more successful one ad was versus the other. It wasn't a case of a small difference of 2 or 3%. It was a huge difference in the performance. So the important things to look at in this spreadsheet are here's the ad text column, and I've color coded the ad. So I've got two ads split test against each other. Ad number 2 is in blue and ad number 1 is in red. Okay, these columns are not so important, clicks, impressions, but CPA is very important. CPA stands for cost per action, and in my case, the action that I want a person to take when they come to my landing page is to give me their email address. So it's an email opt-in or squeeze page, and this column just shows how much it's costing me on average to get a person to opt into my list in this ad group and for the particular ads. Okay, click-through rate, average CPC spend, average position number of conversions is not so important. So again, we want to look at the CPA column. If you look at this, the first thing that will probably jump out at you is, first of all, I should clarify here. So the CPA I've ordered by cost. So this is going from the lowest CPA cost to the highest CPA cost here, okay? So for this particular ad, in this ad group, ad number 2 is giving me a CPA of 56 cents. So in other words, it's only costing me 56 cents every time somebody opts into my email list. So if you look at this, you can see that the blue dominates the low CPA. So ad number 2 is doing much better in terms of getting email opt-ins at a much lower cost. Then as you go down, you can see it gets more red. So there's more ad number 1s. What that means is that ad number 1 is costing me a lot more to get a person to opt into my email list, okay? Because there's more reds down here, ad number 1. So if you look at the CPAs, it goes from a low of 56 cents per email opt-in down here all the way down to almost $10 per email opt-in here. That's a huge difference. Now, we're not dealing with a lot of volume in this case. You can look at the impressions column and see, and the clicks column and see that that's not a lot, but it's for a very short period of time. What I'm going to be doing to improve this campaign and to keep my CPA going even lower is I'm going to be deleting the losing ad. In a lot of cases, that's ad number 1, and I'm going to be split testing another different ad with a totally different angle against ad number 2, and that will probably not only give me a lower CPA, but it will also probably improve my rank, which will get me a higher rank on the search engine and will get me more impressions and then more clicks. So just to summarize, and it's hugely important to split test ads in PPC campaigns and in other campaigns as well, even if you're doing SEO and things like that, split testing elements on your web pages, provided you're getting enough traffic to do that. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.